Alrighty, Roo. What is up, everybody? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. So, I'm gonna try and get this off of, see if I can change this to where it can be off of, my channel. I'm gonna see if I can get this off of, edit video. Can I get this off of, kids mode? Is my question. Haha, no, it's not made for kid. Yeah, done. Save. Cool. Now I should be able now to have. Give me a second. Now I should be able now to where I can have comments on because I did that. Yup, there we go. We have comments now. Cool, and I am coming on a bit quiet, so I'll do that. Probably like coming on a little bit. But yeah. Okay, well. So, back in December, we did talk with Matt Easter, who is the CEO and founder of the Allegiance Project. Right here. This guy right. Gives that about us. Here we go. Steve Burrs. Who's that? Alright. We did a interview with this guy, Matthew Easter, who's the founder and pretty much the founder and CEO of the Allegiance Project. It's a nonprofit. You can on their website you can find their tax ID. This is their whole team. This is their website where you can donate. I'm actually going to be pinning this on the website on the chat right now. I just want to be able to pin the message to where you can do that. Donate. What they do is they put retired military veterans and people in that nature into the school sphere, into the schools and the school systems. They're based off of down in Texas. Their training services is the 305, I think it's Checkmate Training Group. So we'll be asking him more about that, and it's just gonna be a fun time. Right now, we're waiting for him to join. He should have got. He was supposed to happen at 5. I apologize. I did not. Yeah, so that's what's happening. So we're waiting for him to currently join. If you guys are here and are listening, if you guys can let me know that the audio is good on my end when he joins, to make sure his mic volume is good. If not, I can. I can turn up the volume a little bit on my end, so he can become a little bit quieter. So yeah. So let me just do this. My hair's fucking a mess right now. There we go. Cool. All right, cool. Okay, so how I originally, our first interview was actually from a school project back in December. So you can actually still find that here on my YouTube. So if you go back to December, which shouldn't be that far on live streams because I really haven't been active. There was a month where I didn't stream for 3 months because, me over here decided to, spill water on my laptop. So, that's wondrous, just great, So, yeah. So, I'm just making sure there's no waiting room in here, isn't there? There's not a waiting room in here, right? Check. There's not a waiting room in here, right? Let me make sure there's not a waiting room in here. Oh, alright, cool. So, yeah, that's that. So, I also want to say that some of the stuff we might talk about might be a little bit disturbing. And for the questions, which is why this video is not meant for kids, even though as much as I want it to be, because that's the audience that we're talking about. Just some things do not go well with that type of thing, which I hate to say. And yeah, so I guess we can. Steve Burris, he was the owner of 305 Training and Consulting. He was a retired senior special agent for the U.S. Secret Service after 22 years, with a total of 25 years in the federal law enforcement. As a regional in-service training program manager, he trained over 200 agents across 6 states and specialized in small detail, tactical combat, casualty care, and controlled tactics training. Tactical trainings, with 4 years as an instructor at the Secret Service Academy and certification in the Aspeton and pepper spray instructor. So he texted me. He should be here shortly. And he offers active shooter training and CPR/stop the bleed sessions for businesses in Houston and Dallas Fort Worth area, drawing upon his tactical and threat mitigation experience. Co-owner of Checkmate Training Group, Ben, Justin Barron, Charlie Kemp, and then obviously that's all their training partners. So he should be coming here shortly. So I'm just gonna make sure there's not an echo. Is there an echo? No, there's not. Beautiful. Haha. Cool. Cool. I'm gonna wait for him to. Alright, cool. If you guys have any questions you want me to ask him, just literally when I say type him in the chat, type him in the chat. It's the best way to do it. Since we got that, we'll just go over here. Give me some. Alright, cool. So that's that. We'll wait for him to join. He should have gotten. It is about 45 minutes, so outcome was in like half hour. So yeah, cool. I'm just gonna go black up. I'm gonna go black up. I prefer this way. Anyway. Alright. So they do risk assessment. Our risk assessments will provide valuable insight to help the vulnerabilities with schools' physical security systems. We offer assistance into the layout and implementing long effective safety measures, ensuring a secure learning environment and peace of mind for the entire school community. So I'm not sure if you guys in the chat feel the same way as I do, but literally everything, like, well, no, I don't mean everything, but I mean, like, everything that has been happening in the past few weeks has, in my opinion, significantly increased over the past, since last school year. There have been more threats towards schools, more threats towards people in the schools, and more actual stuff happening in schools. 20 minutes away from me, there was a kid who brought a knife to school. Literally. A knife. Now, and he was arrested, nonetheless. There was a kid in, Michigan, I think it was? Yeah, Michigan, that, threatened to actually shoot up a school. I said after he was done with this one, he was going to go do to the neighboring ones and do it there from there. Like, this is how crazy it is. Like, it's not like it's part of it. I feel as if it's the parents, because they're not getting their kids the help, and the other part I think is the children, because even if they're getting the help that they need, they're not using it to their full extent, or they're acting like they're okay when they're really not. So then when the parents, which they know they're probably proud to a family, and I'm not against guns, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that when that happens, they say, okay, cool, now I have access to this. Now I know you don't leave the weapons by yourself. You leave them out in the open or not safely contained. Now I'm gonna go do what I did back in Georgia. And when you stop glorifying these creatures that do such a thing. Because this is a thing, whether you realize it or not. Once one major thing occurs, there's like 3 or 4 others. Because they see, oh, look what he did. Look what the news got. I just want attention, so I'm going to go do the same thing. Now, people may not agree with me. But hey, it's the truth. Make sure he's not in this one. Alright, cool. So we're just waiting on him. Cool. Alright, well, we might have. Alright, cool. So we're just waiting on him. So, yeah, that's about life. That's about it. Anyways, let's listen to something real quick. We'll listen to my new favorite song, Black Dog. Where's that one? Zeppelin. Alright, I don't care about Hobby Lobby at this moment. Thank you. This song's good too.
But I don't like need to vape, you know? I only do it when my friends do it. Or on the week.
I'll start with it. Oh, I thought this was the one. Oh, here we go. Don't worry, he's coming. He's, I probably took him off charge, which I'm good back from. Hey man, you're taking my side, taking my shit, taking my yard, taking my yard. There was that. Should have been. Awesome.
One word to describe my experience.
I would do this one.
Well, the gang's all here.
It's the Disney Plus Blockbuster offer.
That's right.
$1.99 a month for.
Um. Ah, there we go. Cool, we got him. Cool, we have him. Alrighty, risk. Oh, we got him. I see. Good, how are you? How are you doing? Good. Yeah, same here. Sorry about the issue with that and the link and all that. Besides the point, yeah. Yeah. Alright, cool. So, first off, for anybody new here, because I have brought in a few new people into my streams. Please let them know if you could run down I kind of did a brief rundown, but tell them about what you do and what your nonprofit organization does. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. So, another question I wanted to ask you is, from what I've been seeing a lot on X and the news and all that, ever since the new school year started, 2024-2025, there have been much more scenarios of people either actually committing the violence in the schools or even attempting to do that, whether that's bringing just a regular gun to school, doing the online threats, bringing a knife to school, because 30 minutes away from me, so on the first day of school, someone brought a knife to school. It's so I'm not sure from your perspective, it's if it actually has increased more than normal within the past, let's say, month or so. Yeah, and something as I uh, something I've seen in the past, like whenever there's one major one, you can't. Okay, there we go. Can you hear me now? Okay, sorry. So something that I've seen is when there's one major one that's held by the news. If you look at the local news and the local levels, there's like, I don't know, 3 or 4 after that one, because I don't know. Do you think it's a thing of they're wanting the attention, or is it them trying to cry for help because their parents are either not seeing the signs, the school's not doing their job correctly, or the parents are just too incompetent to actually go at bat for the kid and find them the psychiatric help that they need, or even for a matter of fact, even give their kids their medication that they need to function on a daily basis. And it's something that I wanted to point out is because um, back when the Georgia shooting took place a couple weeks ago, I actually jumped into the space you were talking on, and one of the things that I remember you saying is that we need to be preventative, not wait until something happens and pretty much wait till the last second, and then everyone's crying wolf because oh, what do we do now, because two teachers, 2 students are dead now because the schools and the school districts haven't been, I don't know, to not doing their job correctly, because obviously it shows, because I remember you did a interview with Steve and I think it was Jaco, I think it was someone, and you said along the line of Texas State audit does an audit where they audit the school districts, and they did a yeah, that was just in Texas, not across all 50 states, correct? So I mean, I'm guessing if that's just Texas, which it sounds like it is, I'm thinking that those numbers have, so if we did all 50 states, they are decreased by a lot, because Texas is one of the most, I don't know, like it's very, when people think of Texas, they're all about freedom. They're all about, they want to put their less government, I guess, is what I'm trying to go at. But but like if you go to New York, like where I am, sadly, but it's kind of the point of where I'd like to see is like, as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna go to all the districts and actually see if I can obtain a copy of their reports, not reports, but like their plans of if they do, and have people who I know up here, which I do, who are qualified in that position, and possibly sit down with them if they're willing to, and you know, go through it with them. You know, like I know I'm not. I know farsightedly I'm not the person who everyone thinks, oh, okay, cool, you can do that. You know, it's like if I gather the right people, if I gather the right resources, anybody's able to do anything. Right, wrong, good, and different. You know. Yeah, so because of wondrous inflation, I remember last time we had our conversation, you said it was 75% way was $5 per parent. I think was what you said. Is that still $5, or has that gone up since inflation has since the last time we talked? Yeah. Yeah. So, and keep in mind, $5 is literally a cup of coffee. Um, and, so, yeah. So another thing I wanted to ask you is because because of all of everything that's happening, does the training change at all between with like how frequent these are coming, like not with frequent how they're coming, but like different age groups? And sorry, cancel that. I'll ask you this. So certain school districts have certain lockdown, what they call as lockdown, but they're active shooter um, drills. In your from your professional opinion, how many do you think they should do per year, school year, so the kids can have that pat down intact in case there ever one was one. Let's hope not, but let's hope not. And here's the other thing: is how many do you think of those ones that you're gonna say have to play out where there's initially a lockdown, then the fire alarm gets pulled, and they have to initially think, okay, do I stay here or do I go out? Because a few years ago that happened, and we'll say a lot of people failed. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Um. So how how often do you think they should be doing it? Once a month, every 2 weeks? Yeah. And and what preventative measures would you implement? Like metal detectors or detectors that can now do 3D printing, can detect 3D printing mechanisms, because as we've seen, or at least I've seen people make 3D printed guns. So obviously the security systems, but do you think metal detectors would benefit the school at all? Yeah, and I remember in middle school, actually, they switched over principals from an academy like setting to back to public, and I remember I think that next January, once they got a feel for the school, they had us go through metal detectors and they searched our bags, and I was like, as much as I don't like this, they only did it to certain students too. I think I maybe had my bag searched maybe once, I think, and they literally found nothing, and I was just like, you're crazy, like, and it was eye-opening to me. It was like, you actually think like I'm the type of person that will actually do that? And I was like, well, I mean, you look at my background, you seen some of the stuff I've done, and it's like, it makes a lot of sense, but why, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like, maybe someone has changed, you know? Exactly. So, any final words? Because I know you said I know you need to go soon, so. Oh, you still got a little. Well, no, I kind of ran out of the questions that I wanted to ask you. The main one was of if you've seen a spike and all that. That was the main one. What I'm thinking, and then obviously the other questions that I've had. But yeah, and I mean, like I've asked a few of my old teachers if they feel safe coming to school, and they were like, sometimes yes, sometimes no. It depends on the day before and how their classes were, because if their classes were calm and collective and not really many write-ups, then you know they do. But like if they do, like some of the students they've known for a while, and they know their history, and they're not really as as worried, but they're still like on edge a little bit, if that makes sense. But they don't, like, that's the one thing that they don't think about. And when I asked them, they're like, I've never really thought about that. And I was like, you've never thought about that? And I was like, you know, like with all the things happening, it's like, wouldn't you think that's like the first thing you would think about? Is like, well, to each their own, you know. But I mean, if they don't want to, I mean, I totally get why they don't want to think about it, because once you think about it, it's gonna be on your mind 24/7. So. Exactly. Yeah, and I mean it's hard to say that and it's hard to do that because most people are like, well, what happens if the person who's my council person or whatever is a total piece of crap, like, or they just like that's not their one defining issue, like they don't, they're not with, they're not, like that, or they don't see that as much as an issue as other items, when in reality, in my personal opinion, that is the number one issue because the kids now in the schools are in 20 or 30 years are going to be doing what we're doing now and help building the America still, and either being our later on in life running the country, whether that's a congressman doing our plumbing, doing our electrical work, being our doctors or nurses, etc., etc. And it's funny because I went to the gas station, I think it was about a month ago, and he was like, "Well, I'm running for school board," and whatever. I was like, "Hold on, before you say that, school safety." And he was like, is there an issue with it? If so, tell me where." And he gave me the point blank answer. I was like, "So what are you gonna do to fix it?" And I was like, "Well, I haven't decided about that." I was like, "Okay, good day." Like, I was like, it's like if you're running for a school board option, and you know that this is an issue, and we've already seen in kind of and the school year hasn't even started, then why am I gonna go out in May and go vote for you to go do anything when you're obviously not knowledgeable of the facts that really matter? And he was like, "Well, I'm not really in it for the money." I don't think that. If money's a factor, they're gonna go for it. And he literally told me flat out, "The seat's open and I want it." So like, like. Yeah, and I mean it all starts within us, the citizen, and us reaching out to the people. And I'll be honest, 4 years ago, I was scared to do so. Now I'm actually starting to make that works. Now I have to go through 50 million loopholes just to get a hold of one person, but that's how it works. But I'll do it because kids matter and all that. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yep. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, in the next couple of years, I can come down to Texas and uh, actually see how you guys train. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. I will take care. Talk to you later. Bye. I apologize. I knew that there was no audio. I figured that out halfway through the interview. And I'm sorry. So yeah, I will. I'll be live in like an hour.